The Caribbean Sea has blessed us with many natural resources, and sea moss is no exception. But like so many of these resources, natural stocks of sea moss are being depleted at an alarming rate. Hello, and welcome to another edition of Science for All, a program created by NIHURST to present the issues and developments in science and technology as they relate to our everyday lives. Sea moss's proven nutritional benefits, combined with its legendary status as a sexual tonic, explains its high demand as an ingredient in many beverage and food products, a demand that has led to the depletion of its natural stocks. This week, Science for All travels to Lowlands, Tobago, where we'll speak with researchers at Buku Trust on their efforts to develop low-cost cultivation methods for a viable sea moss industry. So stay tuned and enjoy.
Suppose it happen in truth, something spring up called the fountain of youth. If it on a mountain peak in the sky, people going for a bath, don't care if they die. Imagine a man 100 years old, see him be climbing a greasy pole. You could be old like any King Kong, as you take the bath you coming back young. And then see me great grandfather playing hopscotch and pitching marble, and my great grandmother with a hula hoop making trouble. The old people today in town, you could hear them talking about when they was young. But with the fountain they will be bold. The whole talk will change to when they was old.
When I was a youth, we used to go around. I'm from Plymouth, one of the largest fishing area in Tobago. Sea moss wasn't so much abundant, but at certain times, especially October, November, when the sea is rough, you get abundant sea moss wash ashore. And we used to go pick and carry home for Mom, and she'll make punch, the set punch or porridge, right? This is something that I know. But now, you don't see that amount of sea moss that I usually see, right? And it's more in wanted now. It's more in need, but it is not in abundant like how it used to be. It's dying out.
And my great grandmother with a hula hoop making trouble. The old people today in town, you could hear them talking about when they was young. But with the fountain they will be bold. The whole talk will change to when they was old.
Sea moss is a very popular local food, all right? And once upon a time it used to be abundant. I remember when I was younger, I used to go with my brothers. Well, I live at Mount St. George, all right? And there's this beach close by called Studley Park. Sea moss was abundant there. We used to go to Studley Park, dive about 2 to 3 meters to the floor of the sea there, and pick as many seaweeds as they could before their breath ran out, and they'd resurface. And well, they do that a couple of times until they fill about 2 or 3 of those feed bags of sea moss, right? And we'll process it and sell it. But today that has all changed because we can no longer find sea moss at Studley Park, and this I suspect is because of the indiscriminate harvesting that has happened over time. Now this situation is very common in Tobago at other sea moss harvesting sites around Tobago, where the stock has been depleted, and it's very scarce these days. Only about 2 or 3 areas that we find that the stocks are healthy and somewhat abundant.
Believe it or not, I'll mention my name, the spoiler, to tell you the science.
Well, it's getting scarce, because most people say it's because of the development and hotels and things that come and closer to the waterfront, causing it to, yes, to be declined.
Old people today who know that they old never a chance to dance rock and roll but with the funk.
There's a high demand for sea moss in Tobago. You know, within the tourism industry, even for local use, right? It's very popular. It has a reputation of being an aphrodisiac, and I guess that's why it's all depleted now.
You know, like when someone drink a Guinness, they say, yo, power. When you drink that, you feel, you know, you feel extra. You feel extra in it.
When they was young,
People that tell me, well, this thing working, but, you know, some people say, like, if you want to get boy children, you know, use sea moss, you know.
While I'm living here, hundreds of people come here to buy. I understand that it's very useful, it's very good, it's nutritious, it helps quite a lot of people in back pain if you do it the right way, and it's quite a cooling and things like that.
you can see you're not a woman in the world and meddle with me. I heard that they say.
Yes, it was once abundant, and because of the overharvesting, it's now difficult to find it anywhere, right? But the demand is still there, right? Now, we at the Boku Reef Trust realize that the cultivation of sea moss offers an opportunity for sustainability.
Kings, I'll be walking about the place, getting women with me youthful face. I'll be flying like an aeroplane because I come back young.
There are about 10 varieties that I know of that are used in the Caribbean. Here in Tobago, we concentrate on just one, that is GT. We refer to it as GT, or most of the harvesters refer to it as the bearded variety. Right? It's deep brown to red in color. Right? It's cylindrical in shape, and it looks like a beard. So I guess that's why they call it the bearded variety. Right? That's the basic one that is harvested. Now there's another one that is less recognized or less popular. That is called Gracilaria domingensis. Right? It is flatter, and it has more projections on the front of it. That's like the stem of it. Right? That is referred to locally as the centipede variety. Right? But traditionally, most harvesters have rejected that variety. However, in our working with the both variety over the last year, we realized that the Gracilaria domingensis, that has a lot of advantages over the more traditional type. Right? It's easier to prepare. The gel that it produces is of a higher quality, right? And also the problems you get with cleaning the traditional GT or the bearded variety, you don't have that sort of problem with the domingensis, right? So, you know, we are now presently looking at the domingensis as a very good prospect, you know, to establish the industry.
The one I mostly harvest is the flat one. Yeah, the people more like that one. All right. I used to harvest the long one, but it seemed like the people don't like it much, so I'm trying to please the people.
First, I should describe the sea moss a little bit. Well, it's a marine plant, and it doesn't have true roots, right? It attaches to rocks by a structure we call the holdfast. It's something like a root that attaches the plant to the rock, right? Now, the branches of the plant, we call them fronds, right? These branches absorb nutrients from the water that is surrounding it. Now that is what makes it so easy to cultivate, right? In that you can just break a branch of sea moss, right, or frond, I should say, and insert it into some medium. Now the medium that we have been using has been rope, normal rope, right? You would know that a rope is normally wound into 3 layers, right? What we do, we twist the rope so that the layer of the rope opens up, and we sort of weave the sea moss, right, the live plant into the layers of rope, right? And then we attach this rope to a raft that is floating out at sea. Now the raft can be made of different material. You can use bamboo to make the raft. You can use PVC to make the raft, and you leave it there over time. Of course, you have to monitor it, so that it's not fouled or other things are not growing on the lines, or animals like fish and crab and lobster are not feeding on the plant, right? And within a space of a month or 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, you can harvest your sea moss crop. The only drawback with the Domingensis is that it doesn't lend itself to the cultivation methods as does the traditional variety, because it's very brittle. The plant itself is very brittle, so it's not easily attached to a medium for cultivation. But it does generate itself by spores, by dispersal of spores. And these spores, they attach to rocks, where there are rocks on the bottom of the sea, and the conditions are right. They attach there, and they grow, right? So what we've been doing, we've been looking at areas where we see this Domingensis growing naturally, and we are attempting to enhance the habitat by putting down rocks in the empty spaces where there are no rocks or just sand. We are putting rocks there to see if these spores will recruit or catch on to these rocks naturally and begin to grow. So we're looking at that at present.
I am trying to sustain it to that each and every can come back to the same condition I know how it was. Trying to teach the guys around the country the sustainable way about how to maintain sea moss, how to grow it in a proper way. I feel very proud of doing this to help to sustain the establishment of sea moss in Tobago.
As we've just seen, the findings of this research have the potential to not only replenish sea moss stocks, but also to improve the livelihoods of many in the coastal villages of Tobago. The identification of cultivation methods for sea moss produces a ripple effect that extends beyond the harvesters and suppliers. Steady supplies of high-quality sea moss means greater business opportunities for housewives, bed and breakfast owners, and all others interested in creating sea moss products through light processing. I'm Maxine Williams. On behalf of NEHURST, thank you for having joined us on our Science for All series, where we explored community science as it affects our everyday lives. Just because the television series is over doesn't mean that we stop exploring. Please visit us at our website at www.nehurst.gov, that's gov.tt, where the journey continues.
You mean about the song about sea moss? Well, there's a song. Well, some people make their own song because some people have it as a helper, as I told you. Who is good for the back, some use sexuality thing and other thing like that. So you'll find other people have their song for it, but I love a song. Young people, take my advice. Sea moss is very good for the back, so you must be continuing using a new sea moss sponge. That's it.
Suppose it happen in truth, something spring up called the fountain of youth. If it on a mountain peak in the sky, people going for a bath, don't care if they die. Imagine a man 100 years old, see him be climbing a greasy pole. You could be old like any King Kong, as you take the bath, you coming back young, and then see me great.